Hey, BSM, Biomed 2 students, parents, Biomed 2 fans, general populace. This screencast is going to take you through the course, AP Seminar, Biomedical Science 2, as well as talk about Power School learning. So this course is an AP course, and it's designed around some perspectives that the College Board calls lenses. And so we're going to use this course and focus the lenses, at least for most of the course, on biomedical science. And we'll talk about some parts that we can't control. So we're always looking through a lens, and a variety of lenses that we're going to go through right now. This course is part of a sequence called the AP Capstone, and it's tied together with AP Research, which unfortunately, if you're a senior taking Biomed 2, you're not going to be able to take AP Research. So AP Research is an independent course that is an entire year course that's pretty exciting and cool, and it's part of the AP Capstone sequence. All right, so it's built on what's called the Quest formula, Quest format. And so really we're going to focus on questioning, understanding, evaluating, synthesizing, and team transmitting and transforming. And that's going to be part of the course. It's built in. Those are not separate things. It's all part of what the process of the course of AP Seminar Biomed 2 is about. And those things will be revealed as we go through the course. All right, now the course is built around these lenses: artistic, economical, political, historical. We focus this course mostly on scientific, but we're going to look at issues through all of these different lenses. There are some other lenses: environmental, futuristic, ethical, social, cultural. All those things really make an issue complex. So when we look at an issue, so for example, the first topic that we're going to talk about is human genetic engineering. Should we be messing around with the human genome? And that has all kinds of layers to peel through. And so we're going to approach it from not only what does biomedical science have to do with it, but also what about the future? What about economics? What about the ethics of it? So it's really peeling off layers of very complex issues through these lenses. We're also going to focus, since this is a biomedical science class, on the science practices, the things that scientists do. Everything from asking questions to communicating information, arguing from evidence, making models, using mathematics. So these are the science practices that you're going to see show up all over and over again when we're doing lab work. All right, so the first quarter, so we're thinking this is 2020, and so the first quarter this year is very different because we're going to try to do all the stuff we would do in first semester and first quarter. And we're going to for sure do two things. First of all, we're going to approach the business of genomics and human genetic engineering. And then we're also going to look at the topic of animal research and how animals are used to generate lots and lots of data and solve problems. And maybe we'll get to stem cell therapies. I'm not quite sure what the timing is going to be with this quarter. So we're going to for sure hit those two things. Now, with that, this quarter really belongs to us and practicing for the things that the College Board is going to ask you to do in the spring, in third quarter, and some of fourth quarter as well with an end of course exam. So we're going to think about what we're doing this quarter because it's going to emulate and be a reiteration of the things that the College Board is going to ask you to do for college credit. So one of the things that the College Board is going to ask you to do is make a team presentation. So you're going to work together with a group, come up with a presentation, and then write an individual essay of about 1,000 words. Now, the real performance task, I'll talk about those in a couple of seconds, are a little bit longer is the presentation and a little bit longer of a paper. But anyway, we're going to practice those things. And the first topic that you're going to do for your team presentation and your individual writing assignment is going to be about human genetics. So that's going to be similar to something you're going to do third quarter for the College Board. You're also going to do an individual report in front of a group and write an individual paper. This one's going to be related to animal research, and we'll get to that. We're going to do a lot of lab work that goes along with both of those things. But this is something else that the College Board is going to ask you to do in the spring as well. So an individual report and an individual paper. Now, if we get to it, we're going to practice the team portion of it again. I think that's a very complex thing, and so it's good to do it again. If we get to it, that will be about stem cell therapies. If we get to that one, I hope we do. But let's get those first two knocked out of the way. All right. In third quarter AP seminar, there are three big things that happen, and they're called performance tasks. The first one is really going to be of a topic that you and your group will be able to choose. So you're going to choose the topic something related to biomedical science. And hi, there's somebody at the door. I don't want them to come in here. So anyway, it's related to biomedical science, and it's going to be up to you and your team to choose. That's called a performance task 1. Performance task 2 is a College Board topic. What they will give us is a bunch of artifacts, and they might be songs, they might be YouTube videos, they might be papers to read, and it's going to be up to you to write a synthesis paper and do a presentation that argues a point based on the information the College Board gives us. I won't know what the College Board is going to choose for a topic until shortly after January 1st. So that one's kind of up in the air. And that one's the performance task 2. Is a little bit longer, so 6 to 8 minutes, individual presentation, and a paper that's 2,000 words. So you can see that the presentations in both of these for the College Board are a little bit longer, and the papers are a little bit longer as well. And those have to be uploaded and done by Friday, April 30th, 2021, which is holy cow from now. There's also an end of course exam, which will happen on May 11th, 2021. So typically when you take an AP class, if you're taking AP Stats or AP Bio, there's a huge, humongous 4-hour end of course exam. This one's about an hour and a half in length, and we'll talk about that. Something that you're going to be well prepared for come May. You'll notice that both of those dates are in fourth quarter, so not even third quarter kind of events. So it's kind of complex. All right. Those are the breakdowns. So the team presentation for your College Board score is worth 30% of your grade. The individual presentation is worth 35% of your grade. And then the essay is a little less than half, 45%. So that's how the College Board breaks down your score to give you your 3, 4, or 5 that determines college credit. So that's how that works. There'll be lots of questions about that, and we'll talk about that a great deal as the year goes along. All right, let's talk about PowerSchool Learning. So PowerSchool Learning, everyone's page on the planet at Benilde St. Margaret's should kind of look like this, right? So you should have a home page. Every course has a home page. My home page looks like this. It has, on the left-hand side, it has blocks that you're going to need to access as we go through the year. So there's the home page. There's a drop-down that has some important tools. There's a page dedicated to some course information with important documents, and then basically the units. That's how that works. All right. On the home page, one of the things that's really important, where we're going to do all our transactional work, is in the Biomed 2 AP seminar assignment block right there in red. And please put anything in there that's from the Google universe. So no Microsoft Word documents, no Excel spreadsheets, no PowerPoint slides. And you'll know, like, have I turned something in? Because everything is going to look like this, right? There's the due date, and then there's the click to the hand in button, right? So if you've turned that in, the hand in button will be a check mark, right? So that's on the home page, really important stuff. So on the Biomed 2 course seminar page, there are some important documents over on the right-hand side. There's the syllabus, look at that guy talking to his elementary school students, that little video. That's where this is going to go. And then there's the link to my Zoom room that we'll use frequently or whenever we need to use it, right? And then we're going to see content stuff. So this is typical of what the units will look like. So over on the right-hand side, there's a bunch of lab work that we're going to do. There's some directions about what performance task. One, the practice, the team presentation about should we experiment on the human genome? That's the big question. There are the lenses listed right there. So I'm going to give you some lenses to start with. You're going to actually go out and find some of your own eventually. We'll talk about that when we get to the project. We're going to do a lot of lab work right away because as long as you're here in school, we're going to grind at the bench as much as possible here at school. Okay? All right. That's a quick tour. Whew, that was a lot of stuff to go through. Ask questions. I think most of you have signed up for Remind. If you haven't, all you have to do is subscribe to Remind. Remind is a great way to communicate. We send text messages, and I'll send information out back and forth. You don't see my cell phone number. I don't see yours. You can subscribe via text message, or you can do via email. There's an invitation that's on the PowerSchool webpage. Plus, I've already emailed out to you lots and lots of this information already. There's also I also have a Twitter page that I post stuff where I take pictures of you doing work, so people can kind of keep an eye on what's going on in class. Whew, that's a lot of stuff to go through, but that's a short overview of the course, AP Seminar Biomed 2.